The average NBA fan probably does not know the name Tyrell Terry. He was picked number 31 in the 2020 NBA draft, and he was a projected first-round pick, but didn't really pan out in the NBA, and he just retired from the game of basketball yesterday.
The name Tyrell Terry is one sports fans should know.
So I was dealing with some mental health stuff that kind of runs in my family, and I wasn't really aware of that it was creeping up on me. It kind of hit me pretty serious, so I had to take care of that and figure out ways to, make myself better in that area.
And here is why.
I think what he said in this post was so eye-catching because he said basketball has brought him a lot of memories, some lifelong friends, but it's also brought him the darkest times of his life. It just really put it into perspective for me that he achieved his lifelong dream of making it to the NBA. That's every young basketball player's dream, is to make it to the NBA. And he achieved that, but it was still the darkest period of his life.
He announced his shocking retirement from the game of basketball, just 22 years old, and he spoke on this a few different times.
I mean, just imagine achieving your life dream and then it's just nothing what you thought it would be. Like, that has to be a different kind of, pain to live with. And just the strength that it took probably for him to just make this post and put it out to the world is very inspiring.
I started to struggle very early on.
I was dealing with some mental health stuff that kind of runs in my family.
So who is Tyrell Terry? Whistle Sports suggested he was the steal of the 2020 draft in the video displayed on your screens. And man, could he play. An undersized guard that could shoot the lights out of the building, Terry arguably was built for the modern-day NBA. The number 31 overall pick in 2020 by the Dallas Mavericks, Terry would then be assigned to the G League's Memphis Hustle. Less than a year later, Terry was released by Dallas but signed a 10-day with the Grizzlies. In July, he was released once again. Still, through it all, he bared his soul to the masses. Today, I decided to let go of the game that has formed a large part of my identity, Terry penned on his IG, something that has guided my path since I took my first steps. While I have achieved amazing accomplishments, created unforgettable memories, and made lifelong friends, I've also experienced the darkest times of my life, to the point where instead of building me up, it began to destroy me, where I began to despise and question the value of myself, much more than those surrounding me could ever see or know. Intrusive thoughts, waking up nauseous, and finding myself struggling to take normal breaths because of the rock that would sit on my chest that seemed to weigh more than I could carry. This is just a brief description of the anxiety this sport has caused me, and while I'm grateful for every door it has opened for me, I can't continue this fight any longer for something I have fallen out of love with. To most, I will forever be known as a bust, failure, waste of talent. While those may be true, when it comes to basketball, it's the biggest failures in life that lead to the greatest success. There is more for me out in this vast world, and I am extremely excited to be able to explore that, and for the first time to be able to find my identity outside of being a basketball player. I am eternally grateful to those who have believed in me and apologize to those I have let down, but I'm headed down a different path now, one that I will hopefully lead to happiness and being able to love myself again. His agent, Daniel Pondman, said Tyrell was his first client ever. He shared his reaction as well. Tyrell's bravery to live his truth is beautiful, and his courage to share his story with the world is powerful and inspiring. The life of a pro athlete isn't for everyone, and being an NBA player, the money, fame, attention, and competition doesn't guarantee fulfillment. Tyrell played with 3 other members of his draft class at De La Salle, where they won 3 state championships in 4 years. Via his agent once again, Tyrell struggled with severe anxiety throughout his career. I was there alongside him, watching him try and try again, going to practice when he was hours removed from crippling anxiety attacks, playing in games when his heart was in another place, going through the motions. Notable of Terry, via the Mavericks' official site. In a basketball IQ test administered by NBA executives, Terry broke the record for the highest basketball IQ ever registered. I saw him struggle, not wanting to disappoint those who lived vicariously through him, wrote his agent, even when his heart kept telling him he was going in the wrong direction. Now, he has the courage to live for himself. Everyone has their dharma, and your job as a human is to live yours. Tyrell has incredible gifts to give to the world, aside from putting a ball in a hoop. When he told his story, thousands of athletes and non-athletes alike started to share their own stories about mental health struggles. His story made it okay for people to admit they're not okay. I don't know exactly what the future will bring to this amazing 22-year-old human, but I'm honored to be walking this path alongside him. I can't wait to see what's to come in the Tyrell Terry story. Congrats, Tyrell. The rest of your life has begun.